I guess to everyone, it's Ada from Poison Rock, and today there is a brilliant honor to have with us Fabienne from ILLUMISHADE, I want to say. Everyone knows you from being an Illumite, from Fabienne Ernie, such an amazing vocalist. How are you, first of all? And welcome.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It's amazing. Thank you. And thank you. I'm doing fine. A lot of things are happening because right now, when we actually are having this interview, I'm getting ready for the tour. We will tour
Yeah,
with Delana through Europe.
yeah.
It will start by the end of this week, actually. So it's
So you're
exciting.
going on the road, and which, I mean, it's gonna cover all Europe, and so I guess Italy too. There is something around Italy.
Yes, we will come to Milano. Yes, one show in Italy, and otherwise, I think we cover like 6 countries. It's quite short. I think it's 12 shows, but I think it's perfect because for us, it's the very first tour. So I think it's good to
The
get into the
first
groove.
tour as ILLUMISHADE.
Yeah,
Oh my
yes.
God, I mean, how do you feel?
Actually, it's quite exciting. It's many things to think about. And also singing wise, I will see how it goes. I mean, it's 12 shows. I never sang that many ILLUMISHADE sets after each other.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a challenge, but it's going to be a good one. So looking definitely forward to it.
Yeah, because of course you have this first tour, but as well you have a US tour with Corpiclani later
Yes.
on in the year, which is a little bit longer maybe, and
Mhm.
but it's gonna be
Mhm.
great because it's gonna be with Vision of Atlantis.
Yes, exactly.
My God,
Yeah.
it's gonna be super fun because come on, we know Corpiclani, they are super funny. You can't not have fun with them in the state. So you're bringing.
Yeah. Mhm.
Basically, ILLUMISHADE are bringing the music all over the world since, I mean, not even 4 months after the second release. So it's insane.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's
so it's very good timing for us actually. Sorry. I think we have a little bit of latency.
yeah.
It's a very good timing for us actually to have this shorter tour
Mhm.
now and then after the release go to the US. I mean, I didn't think we would, but somehow it just came up and fitted really well for everybody. And now we're doing this.
Yeah, because of course we are speaking about release, the show, and thing. People may be starting to see this interview there, like what they are talking about. We don't know yet. We said at the beginning of the interview if this interview will be before or after the album. We will see. But in the 16th of February, there is going to be released another set of you, which is the first album throughout Napalm Records, because we love Napalm Records. I'm a, like say, the close with them, so yeah, I'm playing like in my home because I love them. And but it's your second album, actually.
Mhm.
So, I mean, of course, being the first album I read and I remember it was kind of found crowded, like there was like a crowdfunding. So how did it work? Because it's not easy. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's true. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I
yeah,
think it was the perfect way for our first album because obviously we did it without a label. We just did it
yeah,
do it yourself. So this definitely helped to bring some attention to it. Also, we set up the crowdfunding while being on tour with Helveti. It happened there, like the whole
really,
crowdfunding. It just needed to be like that, and it was quite intense to play shows in the evening and during the day.
just
Yeah, do sound check and see if the crowdfunding is going good, and so on and so on. I mean, it's a lot of work, but it was
yeah,
really worth it. And we were so thankful for all the backers that we had, and thanks to them, we could actually make it happen. Of course, now with this album, it's a completely different way. We're doing it with a label for the first time, which I think was the right decision for us to
yeah.
go. So yeah, it's cool how it evolves.
Yeah,
Let's
and of
see it.
course, I mean, because we spoke about, we just mentioned because we didn't speak about about the album and or the first album, but of course we want just to introduce the people in Lubische, the musician. Seems like normal. So, first of all, how came like to form just a side project, let's say, because for people there is as well other members from ILLUMISHADE there are, so it's kind of a side project as well. So
Yes,
how
exactly.
they came in mind to form ILLUMISHADE?
So ILLUMISHADE started out as a school project, actually. So
Okay.
yeah, I was still studying music at the university when I joined Helveti, and in 2019 I had my master degree, and part of the master degree is to form a project.
Yeah.
It can be whatever, but it needs to be related with music. And most of the people actually build a band and make music to actually get the master in music pedagogy. And so since we were like all the time on the road with Helveti in 2019, I asked Jonas if we want to like team up together, because he is also from Zurich and so on, and
Oh,
he
you're
was
back
also in school. Yes, yes,
now.
yes. So we were all in the same cake, let's say,
Yeah,
in this
that's in the
musician
same
cake.
area. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is how it started. So it started a little bit with pressure, let's say. I think
Yeah.
without this school pressure, I would have not maybe started it at all. And it was in the first place just a music a school project. And
School
then
project.
yeah, and when it was over, we realized like, hey, we really like the songs. We put so much effort in it. We want to take it further, and then we decided to go to the studio and see where it goes. And here we are now.
This Ecliptic in 2020, and like you said, with the crowdfunding and people how reacted. I think like they were like, well, what is going on? Another project with this project. I mean, I was the reaction, of course, because 2020, of course, we remember all that year for sure. So it was a moment that we were forced to be home and listen music. So for sure, people have listened Ecliptic. So what about this first project? Because being the first project, like I said, as well, let's say in DIY way of doing, like, so do yourself. Well, how do you find, I mean, how was the making of this album, and especially how do you want to find like a sound for ILLUMISHADE? You want to do something different from ILLUMISHADE, or in general, like, which was like your main goal, like sound and lyric wise too?
I think the main goal for this project was to be creative and have fun without boundaries, let's say. So I think this is what makes it so special for everybody that is involved, is that everybody can just come with whatever ideas they have, and we will make it work. And somehow it's a little bit like a playground or like a
Yeah.
white canvas where we just can do whatever we want. In the beginning, I had a story in my head with a crystal, a guardian. Then we evolved it all together. Now for the second album, we are getting a little bit more into like the reality here. Let's say
Yeah.
a little bit away from the fantasy world. So I think that's probably the biggest difference so far from like on our journey to find our sound,
Of course,
and
you need
lyric-wise
time.
as well. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it is definitely, it has been a journey. I mean, also it's almost 4 years
Yeah.
since we released it. Of course, it was a weird time and so on. We were a little bit unlucky with the timing, I would say. But yeah, it is what it is. And we also, everybody, I think, evolved and went through things in the past 3 years that from the band, and
Yeah.
I think it really reflects in our
Yeah.
new album now. So on the journey on finding our sound, I think
And
it's
of course,
we're still looking, and that's good. Good.
because there's no kind of genre that we can label that. I mean, there's no label that we can put it in ILLUMISHADE, because I mean, there are people that maybe they love symphonic metal, or they love I don't know, metal in general, classic music, because there's something about that as well in the acoustic version that I found it really beautiful. It's soft, it's pure, it's elegant, but at the same time, I mean, I think it's for everyone, really. But I really love this sound of like genuinity that I can find it in the music. It's clean, something clean and fresh. That's beautiful, and I don't know how do you created that, and but that's really the acoustic version. Sometimes I was like, what? Wait, because your voice can go through really high notes, through something big, through even the small, like almost indie folk. You know, like Florence and the Machine, like this change, and I really like this that ILLUMISHADE have this kind of, let's say, change. It's beautiful because it can adapt to everyone, not even in the metal world. Let's say it.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I did reviews as well. I mean, I was listening to Here We Are because it was released not so long ago. Here We Are is the last single being released, and I loved it. I mean, the last single, Here We Are, was the previous single released, because there was a single that was released a couple of days ago, 5 days ago, if I'm not right, if am I right? Cloud Reader. And the name, it's really like ethereal. So what about this single, Cloud Reader? Because it's really ethereal, and I really was like, well, okay, if I have to imagine myself Cloud Reader, I can imagine, like when you're a kid and you just watch the cloud and imagine different shape of them, and say, oh, that's an elephant, that's, I don't know, a puppy, just like that. But of course, you know better than me, what does it mean, Cloud Reader, in your opinion, meaning behind it?
So Cloud Reader is written to be a very uplifting song. We work a lot in this song with all these elements from the sky, the stars, the clouds, which I think brings this feeling of like being very light and feeling light, right? And so we just thought it's the perfect metaphor to use all these elements in the sky to bring this lightness and this brightness as well to this song. And I was very happy actually in the feedbacks to read that many people say, hey, it has such a positive effect, such a wonderful bright energy, and this is really what we wanted to go for. And I'm very, very happy that we kind of really made this work, let's say, for people, that they felt the same about this like as we did. I remember it started as a piano demo, and now how it evolved from a piano demo singing like acoustic raw, and then changing things, and where it is now with this guitar sounds of Jonas, with all these effects. It is really, I think, one of the brightest songs we ever did, I think, so far, I would say.
That's why I'm telling you that it's kind of ethereal, because ethereal is just something so pure and beautiful. That's, you see, just come and go to this thing that I said, that your music is pure and genuine, and it's this freshness, this light. So that's we can say that is ethereal, the music of ILLUMISHADE, at least in this last song, that because as well, like Here We Are, as this beautiful, I don't know, there's kind of the essence, like the soul, the core. It's beautiful. And about Here We Are, because you're speaking about the single that has already been released, so like Enemy and Here We Are. What we can see, because Enemy sounds a little bit more darker than Cloud Reader.
Yes, absolutely. That's what I also love about our upcoming album. It has all these contrasts. It has the whole spectrum, and we just let the creativity flow, and wherever it led us, we let it flow there. So so that's why I think this new album that we have is like, even it's more broad, let's say. I mean, there is really a little bit from super as heavy as we get, dark, and then also we have also ballads on it. We have Cloud Reader on it. I love it. That's why it's about this whole project or band is about ILLUMISHADE, it's all these contrasts. It's dark, exactly, dark and light. It's heavy, it's light,
but always with this elegance, not like with being rough. We always with this elegant and really soft touch.
Yeah.
Like a touch
Thank
to the feather. And
Yeah.
it's like this first song has been, there already has been a good, a positive reaction from the people. So they are kind of waiting and wanted to know what is going on inside the album. I mean, at least for what about lyric wise, if we have a topic, different topics, or the main influence, I mean, it could be, like we say, the duality of life, because of course, who is the one that takes care of lyrics? So lyrics wise.
Lyrics wise, it's also a big change from the first to the
Okay.
second album.
Okay.
So on the first album, I was working together with two people outside of the band.
Okay.
And this time, it's Yannick, is the bass player, that has let's say the ground and the force in the lyrics writing, and I am working together with him.
Okay.
But for me, lyrics was never my favorite part of writing songs. It's maybe a little bit atypical for singers, because somehow singers tend to be happy to write lyrics. I am not the one.
You can maybe even put yourself in the song if you feel it's yours, because otherwise you would sing it if you feel that it's not a song.
Yes. I love creating the melodies, the chords, the structure, the skeleton of the song, and give it away. And lyrics wise, every song was a little bit different. Maybe I had a basic idea or a topic, or hey Yannick, I want this word here, can we make it work? Or hey, this sentence is cool, la la. Or he came with an idea which it's a little bit of ping pong effect, and I really like that. And thanks to him, I think also the lyrics of this new album are much more down to earth, less fantasy, and more here in
more like the present life, what's going on, like in our, let's say, okay, in grounded, but still some ethereal, like if we are watching to the sky, let's say, but we are with our feet on the ground, like our daily life.
Yeah, exactly. It's much more exactly like here. And the first album, because also we had this story in mind and so on, so we're still figuring out how to evolve with our ILLUMISHADE world, universe that we created. I think it's all just, we're just going with the flow, and still are figuring out many things. But when I was working with two other people together, it was definitely more based on these stories, so more fantasy, more fantasy words in a way. And this
beautiful, but sometimes I think it's as well beautiful having a little bit of here and now, what's going on now. Even if I'm writing songs that could be inspired by the sky, all the world around us, the elements, let's say the spiritual world, whatever, it always being down earth. So that's the main I think change, like you were saying. And in the lyrics, we're speaking about the lyrics because we want to create let's say curiosity to the people. There is one song in the last album that really about you felt like, okay, maybe I didn't write it, maybe I just participated in it, but I feel like I like it to sing, and I feel at the same time that belongs to me somehow.
Yes. Which song are you talking about?
No. If there is one in all the last album that you feel that you felt.
On the last album, like our first album, I think the words and lyrics were the closest to me. These I wrote all by myself. So awesome. This I liked this dark topics. Yes, and otherwise usually we were just working in ping pong. So it kind of means like, hey, I work with the other person, like, hey, this is the topic, I really want this to be about that, please the chorus talk about this feeling, and so on. For example, with Rise, I just knew it needs to be Rise there on this melody, and then we built the whole song around Rise. So that's sometimes also interesting when you have this intuition, and it's like on the piano, when I come up with the melody, I'm like, wait, this here, it needs to be a rise. And then we build the whole lyrics around it. So the lyrics, I don't know, one word builds the whole song and the whole topic of the song.
That's
And that's,
beautiful. That's beautiful, especially because you explain with such a pure and genuine and enthusiasm and an emphasis, which is beautiful because you can show that you really care and love about this project, the ILLUMISHADE. It's beautiful. And about the upcoming album, which song we could say that you can kind of feel the same? So maybe the viewer will just write it down the title and gonna Google once the and listen, because they have to buy the album once it's gonna be out.
I think what was very special lyrics wise as well on this album is the last song that we have, Verliebt. It's in Swiss German, so it was the very first time for me to sing in Swiss German and like to record in Swiss German. And the special thing about this was that we did it as a one take. So I just sang the whole song through without stopping or whatever, and we just took one of the best ones. I think I did it 4 times. It was the very last thing that we recorded, and the special thing was as well that the lyrics were just completed in the morning of this day, and I knew in the later afternoon I need to sing it through. So I was practicing a little bit, and then we just made it nice atmosphere in the studio, and I just sang it, and we took I think the second last take. Yeah. So
that's very beautiful. And did you ever thought about composing more song in Swiss German? Because of course it's your own language. It's beautiful. I mean, I love when bands they sing in their own language because it's important to not forget your own language. It's beautiful because that's what people maybe can understand and can learn the language. It's a good way to spread it.
Yeah, somehow I had in mind I really want to do something in Swiss German, and somehow for this album it just fitted to this song somehow, and I am pretty sure it's not going to be the last one that we do in Swiss German, because it feels very nice to actually sing in your mother tongue. I could also imagine at some point maybe do something in Swedish. I'm a huge fan of Sweden and the language, so I would love to do this as well. I love how different languages kind of shape your voice, the tone of the voice as well.
It's true. Because I think that, for example, we are speaking in English, but if we speak our mother tongue or native language, we change completely. I mean, I see in my interview, in Italian interviews, and I'm like, oh my God, it's horrible. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. Sometimes it's even almost a different person. Let's say it's maybe
you're completely right. You're completely right. You're a different person as well. And sometimes it's even harder to explain now because you as well are used to speak sometimes even more English than Swiss German because traveling, touring. Sometimes when you come home and have to speak Swiss German, like okay, I feel like confused.
Yeah, I can.
But of course, because as well, Switzerland is one of the most beautiful country. I mean, you have everything in Switzerland. Everything. You want mountain, you can go everywhere you want. You want lake. I was supposed to go once 2 years ago, 2022, in Thun to live. It's beautiful. Like I was like renting a house in Thun, and. Yeah, but I needed something called Heilpraktiker because I'm a naturopathic doctor. So I needed to do the Heilpraktiker. And I was like, what is that? I need to learn the language. Yeah.
Interesting. But I'm sure you had a great time. It's such a beautiful area there. That's true. But Italy as well. I mean, it was super beautiful.
I mean, we have the same, it's basically the same thing, kind of.
Yeah. Plus you have to see, which we don't have. So
yeah. I'm surrounded because I'm from Sicily, so I am surrounded deep down. I'm an island. Yeah.
Beautiful. Oh, that's cool. I was actually there on holidays once. So it's
really
beautiful. Ireland, yes. Yes, it's been a while. I don't even remember the city, but I was there.
So we just spoke a little about your favorite song lyric-wise, but I'm gonna ask you if you want to suggest, once the album is out, to listen really one song that for you in the upcoming album you cherish, because I don't know, it's something really special for you apart from the Swiss German one in the one.
Yeah, I love all the songs. I think it's really hard for me to choose, but I think I would go for Hummingbird.
Okay.
It's somehow very close to me. Just the
Yeah.
way it was composed, where it started, why it started, how it evolved. I think it's such a gem, and it's an album song, so we will not release it as a single. So check it out, guys. Hope you guys
Yeah,
will
so
enjoy.
so of course what we can say, we have another side of you which will be available even physical, of course, a physical
Yes.
copy. So we will have CD and vinyls too, or
Yes, everything.
and there will be available where, through Napalm, through your own shop.
Yes, yes, yes. So Napalm for now, and once it's out, we will have it in our own stores. We have one in US, one in Europe, and then I think you can get it on Amazon and everywhere there. Of course, streaming wise, I think so. I think streaming wise, iTunes, you can listen on it,
Everywhere.
Spotify, Apple Music.
Just go on your
Yeah.
social media of ILLUMISHADE and you find everything. I mean, everything and everything. So, and happy tour. I wish you the best for this upcoming tour, really upcoming tour. Enjoy and bring this beautiful energy into this tour with the lane, and especially in the US. Let's spread it.
Yeah.
Let's spread it in the US. It's important, and enjoy a lot.
Yes.
And it was really a pleasure, Fabienne, meeting you, and I'm looking forward to see you in Italy soon, or on the next time, if I know with a little bit more, like
In advance, yes.
yeah, in advance. And you're really an angel. You have a beautiful voice. You're super talented, and you created something that I think it's for everyone, even for people who listen. I don't know, indie folk, like I was saying. It's beautiful. And
Thank you so much for your kind work.
And have a good rest of the day, and hope to see you soon.
Thank you. You too. Thank you for your time. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.